As Lyra pressed her scaled palms against the cool metal of the observation deck railing, willing herself to breathe normally as the human ship docked with her father's flagship. The Galactic Council had arranged this meeting between their species, but nothing could have prepared her for the reality of encountering one of the legendary human warriors in person. The docking bay doors hissed open with mechanical precision, releasing a cloud of atmospheric equalizer mist. Through the dissipating vapor, a figure emerged that made every instinct in Lyra's body scream danger. The human stood barely 2 meters tall, unremarkable by most galactic standards. Yet something about his presence filled the vast chamber with an almost tangible tension. Captain Marcus stepped onto the deck with the fluid grace of a predator, his movements economical and purposeful. His species had earned their fearsome reputation across 12 star systems, and now Lyra understood why. Even in ceremonial diplomatic attire, he carried himself like a weapon barely contained within flesh and bone. The princess forced her chromatic skin to maintain its neutral blue-green hue, though she felt the involuntary color shifts, threatening to betray her nervousness. Her people's natural camouflage abilities were useless when emotions ran high, and she had never faced such a challenge to her composure. "Your Highness," Marcus said, offering a slight bow that somehow managed to convey respect without submission. His voice carried the harsh consonants typical of human speech, but there was an unexpected gentleness in his tone that caught her off guard. "Captain," she replied, proud that her voice remained steady. "Welcome aboard the Constellation Crown. My father sends his regards and looks forward to our discussions." The human's eyes swept the chamber with clinical assessment, cataloging exits, potential weapons, and defensive positions in seconds. Lyra had read the intelligence reports about human tactical awareness, but witnessing it firsthand sent a chill through her core temperature regulators. "Your ship is impressive," Marcus commented, though his gaze never stopped moving. "The bioluminescent panels are both beautiful and practical. I've never seen organic technology integrated so seamlessly with mechanical systems." Lyra felt flutter of pride override her fear. The Constellation Crown represented the pinnacle of her people's engineering, a living ship that grew rather than being built. Few species appreciated the artistry involved in cultivating a vessel over centuries. "Thank you. The ship has been in my family for 12 generations. Each ruler adds their own modifications, creating a unique symbiosis between crew and vessel." As they walked through the corridors toward the diplomatic chambers, Lyra noticed how other crew members reacted to the human's presence. Experienced warriors who had faced raiders and pirates instinctively stepped aside, their own predatory instincts recognizing a superior threat. Even her personal guards, elite soldiers trained from birth, kept their hands closer to their weapons. Then protocol normally allowed. Marcus seemed oblivious to the fear he inspired, or perhaps he was simply accustomed to such reactions. He moved with the casual confidence of someone who had never encountered a situation he couldn't handle through force or wit. The stories spoke of humans who could improvise weapons from debris, who could survive in vacuum for impossible durations, who could outthink tactical computers through sheer bloody-minded determination. "I've studied your people's military history," the princess ventured, attempting to establish some common ground. The Battle of Proxima Station was particularly fascinating from a strategic perspective. The human's expression darkened slightly. "Proxima was necessary, but not something we take pride in. Sometimes survival requires actions that haunt you afterward." His response surprised her. The reports had painted humans as glory-seeking warriors who reveled in combat. This glimpse of regret suggested a complexity she hadn't expected. Perhaps the stories had focused too heavily on their combat prowess, while ignoring their capacity for reflection. "I didn't mean to suggest," she began, but Marcus raised a hand. "No offense taken, Princess. Most species see us as nothing more than efficient killers." It's often easier to let them believe that than to explain the weight we carry. They entered the diplomatic suite, a circular chamber designed to put visitors at ease. Bioluminescent vines formed intricate patterns on the walls, their gentle glow creating an almost hypnotic atmosphere. Lyra gestured toward a curved seating area where refreshments had been arranged according to human dietary requirements. As Marcus settled into the provided chair, Lyra noticed how he positioned himself with clear sight lines to all entrances, while keeping his back to the most defensible wall. Even in peaceful negotiations, the warrior's tactical mind never rested. "Your people's reputation precedes them," she said, taking her own seat across from him. "The Galactic Council speaks of human determination with a mixture of admiration and terror." "Determination is a polite word for stubbornness," Marcus replied with what might have been humor. "We have a saying. Humans are the species that looked at the concept of impossible and decided it was merely a suggestion." Despite herself, Lyra found her tension beginning to ease. This human possessed the same lethal capabilities as the legends described, but he also demonstrated restraint and even humor. A contradiction fascinated her scientific mind. Is it true that humans can function effectively, even while severely injured? She asked, her researcher's curiosity overcoming diplomatic caution. "Pain is just information," Marcus said simply. "Useful information, certainly, but not necessarily limiting. We're very good at continuing to function when most species would have already given up." The casual way he discussed enduring agony sent another shiver through Lyra's nervous system. Her people's pain responses were designed to prevent harmful actions through overwhelming sensation. The idea of pushing through such signals seemed almost incomprehensible. And the stories about humans bonding with other species' pets and wild animals? For the first time, Marcus's expression softened noticeably. "Those stories are true. We seem to have an unusual ability to form emotional connections with almost any creature. Sometimes it gets us into trouble when we try to befriend something that wants to eat us." The image of this dangerous warrior attempting to pet some hostile alien predator struck Lyra as absurd and oddly endearing. Her skin finally settled into a warmer golden hue as she relaxed fully for the first time since the human's arrival. "Perhaps," she said carefully, "the galaxy has misunderstood what makes humans truly dangerous. It's not just your ability to fight, but your capacity to care that makes you unpredictable." Marcus nodded slowly. "The universe is safer when humans have something worth protecting. We become most dangerous when we have nothing left to lose." As the formal negotiations began, Princess Lyra found herself viewing the human warrior in an entirely new light. The stories were true humans were indeed formidable beyond measure, but they were also complex beings capable of gentleness, humor, and profound loyalty. Perhaps this diplomatic mission would succeed not despite the fearsome reputation of humanity, but because of the deeper truths that reputation